Hi. Last time I checked, you're currently alive, hopefully, and to be alive you need deoxyribonucleic acid, also known as DNA. Now, I'm sure you're asking, what the heck is DNA? Well, I'm not going to tell you completely, but I will tell you about how it was discovered.
Oh, but that's history, and history's boring, man.
No, shush. No one cares. Just let me have this one. It all started in 1869. While the Americans were busy recovering from self-harm, this one Swiss guy named Friedrich Fry the Rich Meischer was looking at white blood cell and noticed a tiny thing he called a nucleon. This was actually DNA, but that name wouldn't come around for quite a while because humans still enjoyed simplicity back in the 19th century. Spoiler alert, I actually misguided you. Kind of. You see, the realization that parents pass their characteristics, good or bad, to their offspring was actually discovered by the Czech mathematician and biologist Gregor Mendel, but we don't care about him for now, because he has a dumb name. Back to Meischer. After he conducted a few scientific experiments on the nucleon, he realized he had found a whole new protein sugar thing. Don't know for sure. After my friend Fry the Rich Meischer fell into obscurity by the 20th century, the United States finally did something decently useful. American chemist Phoebus Levine took the next step in the history of DNA. Some of his accomplishments include determining how RNA and DNA, mingle, and identifying ribose and deoxyribose, the carbohydrates found in RNA and DNA respectively. You see, as the surge of new research on DNA appeared, scientists were stumped. Their master's and doctorate's degrees couldn't help them solve this one problem. How could all of life's instructions be coded using 4 nitrogenous bases? Wait, what do you mean you never mentioned those nitrogenous bases before? If you're so curious, go read a book or something. God, people are so lazy nowadays. Why haven't you left? Alright, fine, I'll just tell you. Levine was the one who found these 4 bases: adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. A mix of these bases encodes the instructions that make up DNA. But at the time, Levine didn't know how they were ordered in DNA exactly. His belief was that all of the bases were linked in the same order, so it would go something like G, C, T, A, G, C, T, A. You get it. The next leap in DNA research came from Erwin Chargaff, who created some rules for the way nitrogenous bases pair. For example, purines, which is a group of nitrogenous bases, cannot link with purines, and pyrimidines, another group of nitrogenous bases, which I will not name because I do not remember, cannot link with pyrimidines. However, the more important rule was that the amount of adenine and the amount of thymine in a piece of DNA are equal. The same holds true for guanine and cytosine. Nowadays, all of the cool kids refer to these as Chargaff's rule because scientists struggle with the concept of unique names. All of Chargaff's work would be a major influence on our next batch of DNA deities. Oh my god, that's all I could come up with? Now, pop quiz. Is using others' scientific research in your own research without crediting them okay as long as you become famous? That's right, you impressionable kids in the back. The answer is yes. You win a brand new Lamborghini, and you get a Lambo, and you get a Lambo, and you get a... The discoveries of Erwin Chargaff and the X-ray work of chemist Rosalind Franklin led to the English researchers James Watson and Francis Crick to finally piece together the molecular structure of DNA, giving scientists the ability to model the molecule. They determined that DNA was a double-stranded helix, which I will draw for you now. And that the bases in DNA are connected via hydrogen bonding. There are a few other things too, like different types of DNA, but I don't feel like explaining it here either. So I'm just going to put up a picture instead. Thanks to all of the research and pure, uncensored, unplagiarized science that these people did, we now know how DNA works. While some of you may not fully understand the concept of DNA, and some of you don't care, we as a species can take comfort in knowing how badly the Habsburgs intermarried. Like, seriously, those guys' chins had to be like 20 feet long, at the minimum, maybe. My god, I can understand wanting to keep royal blood royal, but it's something point, you start to pollute the pool. Honestly, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Besides, no one can hear this anyway, since I'm kind of muffling this bit of audio with music. To be honest, I could probably say whatever I want here. Chocolate milk. Ha, take that, America. I used my freedom of